John doesn't subscribe.
Don't be like John. Subscribe to the channel. Alright, welcome to episode 5 of our Island Paradise Park build. Today I'm doing a little bit of path art, and I'm no path wizard like a lot of you guys out there, but I had an idea for this park that I thought would be pretty cool, and we're going to do a fractal dragon curve design right here. I unfortunately didn't have enough space to build it how I wanted to, and I kind of messed it up at first. I think I'm somewhat happy with the results I ended up with. So fractals are made of iterations, which is a simple pattern that's repeating with a single variation, which create these really cool complex shapes. Unfortunately, I messed this up at first because I thought the fractal would grow with each iteration, but it actually stays about the same size and just becomes more complex. So I was trying to do this with minimum path length so that it would have room, which you can see how this is already not working well. I'm doing the dragon curve fractal because that's the one that's referenced a lot in Jurassic Park, particularly in the book. I did have to cut out a lot of footage. As I said, I'm no path wizard. It took me about 2 hours doing this. This is the wrong way to do it. Don't do it this way. I decided to start with larger sections of the path here. I tried a little bit bigger, more like three minimum path sections. Something you have to do on here is you cannot mess up though, which is why this took me so long. It took me about 2 hours to do what ends up pretty simple, because you can't mess up at all, or that tiny change goes throughout the entire system and messes it all up, which is kind of the whole point. And especially since there's no way to create perfect 45-degree angles in this game, you get a lot of mess when you do this design. If you want to know how to do this yourself, I don't think this video is a great tutorial for step-by-step. You should just look up pictures of the iterations. Here I got to the third, I think that's the third, pretty well. Unfortunately, I started running out of space when I tried to do the fourth iteration. So yeah, the dragon curve is made of alternating 90-degree and 45-degree left and right angles. Here I'm doing it correctly with a large area. There's a lot of just placing paths, so I'm going to talk a good bit. You can see there how I was trying to use the lines to figure out the right angles, because you have to get perfect 45, and the game doesn't allow perfect 45. The path in this game is made for paths for people to walk on, but that's boring. So something I'm trying to do is at 45 degrees, the path suggestion to make a straight line. If you're on curved mode, sorry, not curved mode. Curved mode would be ridiculous here. Maybe it is curved mode. Anyway, it tells you it switches sides, so you want to place the path when it's exactly not even. And the reason you do minimum path lengths is so you have a regulated length, and of course there's no space for maximum path lengths, because you have to keep it super consistent with how to draw the shape, and they have to be able to connect perfectly as best can be done. In the end, what I ended up doing was just starting from like the fourth iteration and trying to draw that, so I had to go through less steps. That's what I'd recommend doing if you're going to try to recreate this. If you are planning to do this, I would do this early in your build so you have plenty of room. I think the design really starts to show how good it looks around the 7th iteration. Unfortunately, I didn't get that far. I got to about the 6th and I ran out of room. So yeah, basically it's just alternating left and right angles, alternating 90 degrees, 45 each iteration, which seems pretty simple, but it creates these really complex patterns. I'm not going to go in depth about fractals here at all, but they're a really, really interesting concept. They're super cool. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I am going to talk about this build a little bit though, how the build's going. This is sort of not a full episode because it's just the path design. I am going to make this into our Shinjausaurus exhibit. Chongjusaurus? How do you say it? Anyways, so this, yeah, for the drak, because they look like dragons. So that's what we were going to do. I didn't know how I'm going to make this look good or explain why there's this giant path design. Maybe we'll add a helicopter tour so guests can see this from above. To be honest, I just wanted to draw the dragon curve with path. We'll justify it in the park later. Maybe Jurassic Swine will have a nice explanation. Yeah, so basically, I cut out some of it. I just filled it with lights here. Something I would recommend doing if you're going to try to recreate this design is to use alternating angles, alternating path colors each iteration so you don't delete the wrong sections, which I did once. I'm recoloring it green because I think that looks good. Thank you for watching this very short episode. Maybe there'll be a full episode this week. If not, then it'll be next week. Hope you enjoyed.